Good to see you again.
The pleasure is mine.
Shall we? It has come to my attention that the British Indies Company has stolen a large sum of wealth from the good people of Punjab. It is my intention to send it back.
And where is this gold located?
All I've managed to find out is that the BIC have their very own accountant. Perhaps he will have more information about this.
Good plan.
Apparently, he likes to frequent a certain pub.
The accountant should be here somewhere.
Apologies, but I don't hang around with that sort.
You like how I set that up for you?
Nah, I ain't seen no accountant here.
May I say how delighted I am to see you?
I haven't seen Martin yet today.
Oh, you just missed him. He headed to the bank with a couple of men I'd never seen before. Which is odd, because the bank isn't even open now that I think of it.
He's right. We should go to the bank.
Why, you can hardly tell.
Real maple, imported all the way from Canada.
There you are. That's it.
The bartender was right.
Slowly.
It's closed.
We have to find another way in.
I will secure a safe route before following you inside. Get in first. I'll join you later.
We're done.
What the hell was that?
I'm on the right path. He's around here somewhere. Just in time.
You think you can just go shooting your mouth off at any opportunity?
Do you have any idea who you're working for? The BIC accounts are confidential.
I'm sorry. Just let me go and I'll be quiet. I promise you.
Not a chance.
We'll take them out together, but we've got to do so quietly.
You take one, I'll take the other. Ready?
I am indebted to you.
The British Indies thugs have somewhat worked him over. We need to get him to safety.
There's someone intruding on our affairs. Find them and kill them.
We must bring the accountant with us. He'll die if we leave him here.
Let's get out of here.
Thank you both. I would have died back there. What can I do to repay you?
We need to know what the British Indies Company wants with the stolen Punjabi gold.
That I do not know. What I can tell you is that they've taken it to a warehouse in Southwark. Whatever they want with it, it can't be good. You don't hold people hostage when there's good news on the line.
must bring the accountant with us. He'll die if we leave him here.
Let's get out of here.
Thank you both. I would have died back there. What can I do to repay you?
We need to know what the British Indies Company wants with the stolen Punjabi gold.
That I do not know. What I can tell you is that they've taken it to a warehouse in Southwark. Whatever they want with it, it can't be good. You don't hold people hostage when there's good news on the line.
Quick, put him in the back. I will take him to the hospital.
Now what could that be?
We shall reconvene later. Thank you, Miss Fry.
Serves you right.
Be on your guard.
Oh, it isn't all around. All right.
Easy, easy. Go on. I have some work for you.
Watch out!
I've got a job for you. Atta girl. Come on! Faster! Move it! Come on! Here now. Calmly.
My young friend, today's papers carry a rebuttal of Mr. Owen's slanderous and ignorant remarks about my work. However, I'm feeling quite like a fossil today. Would you be a dear and get me a copy of the newspaper?
Okay.
Oh, shit!
Stop that! Fire!
Assassin's Creed. I was going to see if your mother was ready to go.
Just a little generosity.
Initially gonna be there. I mean, if I wanted to, I could kill him, but it doesn't say kill him, it says attack him. So this means I'm going on this long running journey for a reason. But I'm getting really tired and I'm about to shoot him. Oh, he's slowing down, so that means I'm ending the need. I knew there had to be a reason.
Oh, you! You saved my life.
Oh my god.
Correct. Now tell me, why have you attacked the newsboy?
A man paid me and my mates to force newsboys to display this leaflet. Yeah, take the bloody thing and leave me alone.
Mr. Dole will want to hear about this.
See, I told you there was a reason why. So let's see here now. Where would it be? Still a mystery, man. I could probably do that murder mystery. I like murder mysteries, though. Where's the closest thing to? That's the closest thing to. Oh my god. I'm so special to you. Oh. Alright, let's see. I need to go over this way. Which, if I rotate my camera, is right there. Whoop! Almost fell off the grasshopper. It'd be windy up here. Very versatile tool that I need to get around.
They just keep on using it.
Yep.
And that's the only way you're gonna get to it.
Well, I mean, I could run, or I could use one of those carriages down there. But I prefer to go building to building.
And that's more easy.
Yep. Less twists, less turns, and less running.
That saves you more energy.
Alright, so now we just gotta start getting down. And we're back. Alright, what's today's murder mystery? The most hated man in London. Sure. I like a good murder mystery.
Think of that. Crushed by a crate. The most hated man in London.
Can you imagine achieving such a title? One day my brilliance will bring me similar recognition.
Mr. Raymond, what are you talking about?
It's of no consequence. What's important is that this man was hated by many, but who delivered the fatal blow?
Walk on, girl.
There we go. Alright, so are you ready to do the murder mystery? Let's go investigate. Let's see who you think it is. Okay? Let's go to our first investigation. Alright. So try to listen to all the clues. We're in the murder mystery. Alright? Let the fun begin. Here we go. This way you can hear it all. We'll start with the body. So, oh, come on, don't break on me. Oh, there it goes, okay. Street. Ashton's body. The body was crushed by a crate. But a close inspection reveals other abnormalities: a puncture wound to the gut, a bullet wound to the back, and a victim's skin has an oddly green pillar along its yellowish around the eyes. Sorry. Inspection of the bullet wound indicates that such a wound was would cause death in 12 minutes, okay? Okay. So now let's inspect the crate. Ashton's body, the crate. Let's see here, same thing. I wanted the crate, not the body, the crate. There we go. Okay. Try this again. Street, crate. Appears to have fallen from an overhead crane onto Ashton. Well, we have a crane. It did fall on him. Okay. We have something here, a footprint. That's here. The path John Aston was taking before he died. As we can tell, his footprints were leading that way. We'll get back to that in just a moment. Let's make sure we get every clue we can. We have a book here. Ashton's agenda. Oh, agenda. Sorry, agenda. Ashton's agenda. Lists daily activities: pharmacy, 1 p.m. Pub, 1:05 p.m. Apple, 1:09 p.m. Household act or account, 1:10 p.m.
Wait, I know this after all p.m.
Yes. All locations unlocked. You can now make an accusation. To continue your investigation, make accusations with care. So we could make an accusation of who killed him, but let's go and continue our investigation. A watch. Broken pocket watch inscribed John Ashton. Stopped at 1:17 precise. So we know 1:17 is when the watch stopped. And according to his book here, let's look at it again. His last thing was at 1:10, which was a household account. But we still have more, so let's see if we can investigate the cop. Oh, nope, we can't investigate the cop. But we do have Dr. Chestnut. So let's ask about him.
I know the man. He's hated by everyone. Surprisingly, it's not clear what killed him. I find multiple wounds. No need to send many people to jail for killing such a terrible man. What say you only arrest the single person who actually caused his death?
What about the punctures?
He appears to have been stabbed with a perforating weapon, perhaps a spike of some kind. There would be bleeding and it would affect motor control right away, but death wouldn't come for another 6 minutes.
Okay, what about the pillar?
I suspect that there is at least one deadly toxin in his system.
Should we continue our investigation, or do you think that's him? So we did see something on the other side of this. We have 3 people right there, so let's go and ask our questions after we investigate this. Let's see here, what is this? Construction site crane, a huge coal-powered crane that drives mechanical too complex and requires an expert operator.
I should return and find out about this.
Yes. Let's see here. More of our investigation. Do we have anything else? It says we have a second clue. Where to find it though? Oh, there it is. Tiny clue. Let's see, what is this? Handbill. Let's see, by contribute to the benefit founder for the men who have this had his arm crushed. Any help will be much appreciated.
I wonder if someone could tell me more about this.
Alright, well, let's continue on. Let's ask Eddie the worker. What about Ashley?
He's a right bastard. I hope he's smouldering in hell. Well, I'm not a crane operator. I wouldn't know how to work there. My best chum is maimed for life, and Ashton didn't care a fig. He deserved what happened. Beyond that, I'm mum.
I say we keep investigating. What do you know about
He
Ashton?
owned this site and paid us. We all hated him because he looked for any excuse to cheat us out of our wages. I didn't hate him any more or less than my mates.
What about the crane?
It's difficult to work properly. You'd have to know what you're doing to drop it at just the right moment.
117?
That's around the time I'm given a few minutes to eat something. About then, I would have been buying myself an apple at the stand down the street.
Eddie?
Yeah, I taught him how to work the crane a few days ago.
Really? Eddie! Eddie! You said you don't know how to work the crane. Eddie says he doesn't know how to work the crane, but yet his chum just said he does. So let's follow this footprint. What the hell is this? Oh, so 114. Oh, so these are the parts. So 114, he happened to be here.
So what are we doing?
I asked her to get with you and see. Right now, she's doing a murder mystery. So 113, he'd be right here. So we're going down the time. Ooh, what do we have here? So 111.
He was right there.
Stumbles are he was pushed. So let's inspect. This is his apple, isn't it? Apple. Has a single bite taken out of it. The inside of the apple is oddly pink. Never heard of a pink inside apple. Sounds interesting. So 110 argues with his wife. Alright, so Ashley.
He's my husband. Each day I bring him the household expenses just after he eats his apple. I also brought him his invitation to the knighthood ceremony. The one with the special scepter. Of course he wasn't going to take me along.
What about your hair?
I often tie up my hair around a knitting needle. What business is it of yours?
A knitting needle, huh? Alright, well, let's go see who you are. What do you know?
He stopped by here every day at the exact same time. He'd buy an apple and try to cheat me out of tuppence. But then most folks do that.
So you're the apple saleswoman, okay.
Yeah, that sounds right. Came by for an apple. He was there when we heard the crate hit the ground.
So we have all this. Now we have two more sites. We have the pub and a pharmacy that we still have to investigate.
So...
Entered the pub at 105, left the pub at 107, so he was here for 2 minutes. Let's see what we got here in the clues. Newspaper includes an interesting article of Hardock's reference brought to you by Halt. Appears to stumble his destroyed mechanism at the Hendrix founder. Rumor calculating implies that in case John Ashton is behind the sabotage of his company. Come on. That's stuck. Alright, what do we got in the trash here? Trash. It looks like a gun. No. Oh, here's a gun. A wobbling boxer revolver. A one chamber is empty.
Well now, I didn't ask about this.
It's a very, very old gun. You probably will never find it. Alright, sir. Mr. Hendricks.
Ashton stops in front of his pub every afternoon to check on business rumours. Something of a bastard, Ashton. Told me he had a bit of jam on the side, if you know what I mean. Wife didn't know about it. Well, the bit of jam wants out, but he won't let her. That's the sort of fellow we're speaking of. That was Ashton's doing. The man had it in for me. He paid workers to wreck my machines. Cost me a fortune. As long as he was around, I'd never prosper.
What about the gun?
As a matter of fact, I do carry a revolver at all times. It can be a dangerous neighborhood for a wealthy fella such as myself. This proves nothing.
Do you know who it is, or should we continue? Alright, we only have one more stop left, and that's the pharmacy around the corner. Oh, I forgot about the timeline. Ah, here it is, the timeline. 102, leaves pharmacy. Hello, assistant. Mary! Hi, Mary.
I see him here every day. He can be unpleasant, but I don't really know him.
Alright, so she doesn't have anything besides just saying that she knows him. Alright, let's see, the pharmacy counter. Contains chemicals labeled warning, do not ingest. Chemical 1 is a blush in color and lists to cause irritation, movement after 10 minutes, and death after an additional 60 minutes caused by the eyes and an extreme effect. Chemical 2 is a pinkish in color and was liquid cause irritation moments after 2 and death after an additional 9. Hang on a second. Moments yields a greenish tint to the skin. I've got 2 more clues. I gotta find them. Wait, there's one.
So that's
Addressed to Thomas Reese, Pharmacy. Tom, my brother, dear. I have recently made the most upsetting discovery. The man who is focused on the foreclosure on the family farm is none other than John Ashton. Your very client. His behavior is beyond incident. Both father and mother are reduced to penrays. I have no idea what that is. You and I both must contribute all that we can. Although we each have obligation to our own, at the very least we must cease to do business with this dreadful man.
Now that I've seen this, I should ask more questions.
Ooh, I missed that out there. How the hell did I miss this? Let's see what it is. A medical box. Medicine box of Ashton's prescription. You must have dropped it along the way. Oh, we still had a pharmacist to talk to, so let's go back in. Thank you. Who are you? You are Mr. Reese, the neighborhood pharmacist.
He's been coming to me for years. He arrives precisely at 1 o'clock and leaves 2 minutes later. He takes a bluish medication every day and prefers that I administer it.
Okay.
Mary is a trusted assistant. As far as I know, she's completely above board. Today, she swept the shop and prepared some medications. She also fetched herself an apple from the apple stand. This really is none of your business. He came to me for his blue medication. I gave him blue medication. He's been coming to me for years. He arrives precisely at 1 o'clock and leaves 2 minutes later.
Oh, it takes a bluish medication. Okay, so blue medication, okay. So, do we have an accusation, or should we see if there's anything else left to check? Because we have all the clues. We have nobody in the pub. Oh, we have, it looks like an additional person to ask a question to. Over this way, so we'll just swing on by here, and that would be the woman, the apple salesman. Hello, Mary. What can you tell me about Mary?
Brother works at the pharmacy? Yeah, she slipped me an extra threepence. She had a special apple just for Mr. Ashton. I gave him that one when he come by. Mr. Ashton did look strange-like. Eyes all yellowish. And then he turned pale after he bit into the apple. Almost green, really.
So there you go. Who do you think it is? Is it one of the construction workers? Is it the coroner here? Is it the wife? Is it the apple saleswoman? Is it the assistant at the pharmacy? Is it the guy at the pub? Or is it the pharmacist?
I think it's one of the, Are you running into?
I'm waiting to see which way I'm going. I know the answer. Who do you think it is? We have nowhere else to investigate. We have everything. See, we have one of 2 clues and suspects. Construction workers, let's see. We have 5 of 5 and 1 suspect. 2 and 2. Which one do you think it is? Do you think it's Eddie or Frank? Or do you think there's something else? You think it's Frank? You think it's this one? What if I told you you're completely wrong? What if I said... out of everybody, the person who you're looking for is the wife.
I'll be the toast of the town.
A very unpleasant fellow. But what was that business about a knighthood ceremony?
Up to the click with you!
In any case, Mr. Raymond will have a story for Perlock Publishing.
Yep. Here's the true story on it, and this is actually a true story. The most hated man in London, or more than one way to skin a cat, yes, that's where the definition came from, wealthy business owner John Ashton was murdered not once, but 5 times, so hated that his business rival, his employee, his wife, his mistress, and his pharmacist all made attempts on his life to poison, shoot, stab, and finally crush him. Ashton came to a very gruesome end indeed. Harry Raymond. So the person who literally threw the final blow was his wife. Everybody else poisoned, stabbed, and crushed him. You didn't see that one coming, did you? You thought it was the pharmacist's assistant with that blushed apple. That was a good one. That was good. I'll actually have to get that one for Flash Files. Well, there you go. I'm gonna trim that cape